G'day everybody, thanks for all the requests. This lesson is for In Bloom by Neck Deep. The drum part has a bunch of cool syncopated stuff and a few different grooves that we're going to need to look at, so let's jump on the kit and check it out. To start this song off, we have a 2-bar pattern playing a rim click on the snare drum. In the last bar each time, we just scoosh that very last kick drum back a 16th note, and then we're going to loop the whole thing again. On the last time through, before the next section, we have a fill that goes like this. In the next 4 bars, we introduce this idea of kind of turning the snare drum around a little bit. It sounds really good and it's not actually that difficult. We're just going to accent beat 4 and also 4 and then kind of leave off beat 1 of the next bar. So it just kind of feels a little bit funky because we don't have that beat 1 to rely on. So anyway, let me play through these 4 bars slowly. That brings us up to our chorus groove, which we get to use again and again throughout the song. So grab it now. We're playing 16th notes up on the hi-hats, so you're going to want to move your right hand over for beat 2 and beat 4 every time. And then we've got a bit of a kick drum pattern going underneath, but I don't think it's too tricky, so check it out. We use that exact same pattern right throughout the chorus. At the very end, before we go on to the next section, the fill at the end just changes a tiny bit like this. Next up is the verse again, and we're using this same idea of kind of turning the snare drum around at the end of the bar, but there's also a bunch of really cool stops. So let me break those down for you slowly now. Let's go back in and just check out that little stop section again. It's a little bit tricky with the 30-second hi-hats, and we've got to try and get those sizzles really locked in with the rest of the band as well. So just that section. For me, I find it easiest if I stick those 32nd note hi-hats starting with the right hand, but then those 3 snare drums at the end of that bar, starting with the left hand, will put you back on the hi-hats with the right hand, which kind of makes life a lot easier. So have a muck around with that, but that's definitely the way that I find it easiest to play. Hopefully you've been able to grab that section because it does sound awesome when you're jamming along to the song. Moving on, we're kind of in a bridge and we're playing on the snare drum with flams on beat 2 and beat 4, and it goes like this. Right in the middle of that bridge, we replace those 2 kick drums with 2 floor toms instead, so that sounds like this. And then at the end of that section, we have a fill. That takes us straight back into our chorus again, exactly the way we played it the first time. And then after that, for the drums, we're playing really similar to what we did in verse 2, but it's kind of more like a guitar solo this time. So it will sound like this. From there we have a little quiet break where there's no drums, and then we're going to come back in with 2 toms on beat 4, and we're going to play something similar to our chorus groove, but this time up on the crash cymbal. 2, 3. We play that again, but after the fill the second time, we're going to leave off beat 1 completely and come back in on beat 2. And then the very last 2 bars of the song go like this. And those are all the drum parts to In Bloom by Neck Deep. I think you'll definitely have fun jamming along to this one. So happy practicing, guys. I'll catch you at the next lesson.